Good morning everyone. What a beautiful day. It's May the 11th, I think. Saturday. I probably got that wrong, but it's about the 10th, 11th, something like that. So today we're off out on a search for the ultimate Scotch egg. Not Cornish pasty. So you know I like Cornish pasties. I've made that quite clear, haven't I? But I am partial to a Scotch egg as well. So on the marshes, just beyond Faversham, there's a little pub. It's out in the middle of nowhere, called the Shipwrights Arms, and they specialise in Scotch eggs, or at least they used to. I'm hoping they still do them. Now, I have been there before, like many years ago, and I've completely forgotten what it's like. I can't even remember how I got there. In fact, I think I walked there from along the Saxon Shore Way. So I don't think I've ever been there by road. So that'll be interesting, trying to find it. So the first job, got to go and fill up with fuel. So this is my local garage, Queenborough Corner. If you're local, you'll know where that is. I used to come here all the time, and then I stopped because they were under new management. And one day I was filling up with fuel and it came over the tannoy. Can you take your crash helmet off, please? And I just gave them a two-finger salute, dropped the fuel nozzle and rode off, because there's no way I'm going to take my crash helmet off. Let's hope they don't do it to me this time. V-power. Right, let's put 2 litres in here. Are they going to authorise the pump? Come on, authorise the pump. Thank God for that. I thought they were going to tell me to take my crash helmet off. We're not planning any big distances today, so I won't need this. But it's nice to have, just in case one of the other lads runs out. Alright, that's 2 litres exactly in there. So the light was flashing, so this should take about 3 litres. I just wish this held a little bit more. It'd be so nice. If it was a 5 litre tank, it'd be fantastic. So that was 2.88 that took. So we've still got nearly a litre in there when it's flashing. And as we now know, that'll do the better part of 40 miles on the flashing bar. Amazing. Number 7. Queue. So the plan is to meet some of the other lads at the tuck-in. We're going to ride roughly along the Pilgrim's Way as far as Lenham, just to get the twisties in, and then turn north and find the Shipwrights Arms. Should be a bit of an adventure, and something a bit different to pasties. So we're nearly at the tuck-in. Meeting time was 10:15 for a 10:30 set-off. I wonder who's going to be there. I know Pete will be there. There's the usual suspects. And we're off. So we've got quite a few of us today. Must be the sunny weather bringing them out. So we've got Pete, who you all know. He's famous now. Pete on the C90. Matt on his new XADV 750. Is it a 750? I'm sure he'll correct me if I'm wrong. Dell on his YB250. Dave on his SH125. And lastly, but not least, Rob on his Repsol on the Monkey. Beautiful little bit of kit. Pucker Repsol paint job. Bloody lovely. Right, so we've got to go for Boxley first. I'm going to go through Hartlip and Boxley. I'm just going down Boxley Hill. You've all seen this before, I'm sure. So there's a couple of sharp corners, and then it leads on to the Pilgrim's Way, which is where Crick should be waiting for us. Well, I said 11 o'clock, it's 11:03, so we're a couple of minutes late. Hope he's there on his little red Grom. Just where the road bends around to the right, the Pilgrim's Way goes straight on, and that's where he should be with any luck. Yeah, he's there. Or is he? Who's that? Yeah, he's there with someone else, I think. It's Dave. What?
Yeah.
Young Dave. Oh, you're on the Hunter?
Yeah, I'm just going to go on the road, so you can...
Oh, are you? You're not coming with us?
No, but I'll see you there. I'm going through Lucen Street. I don't know whether you plan to do that. Is it Lucen Street or...?
I'm just making it up as go along, just heading roughly that way.
Donington. Yeah, I'll go Lucen.
Yeah.
Pete knows where it is.
Yeah, I think I do know, but yeah, we'll see you. See you at the pub then. So we've got to go across the 249 in a minute. Just be careful. Christ. The people speed around these roads, don't they think, oh, there might be something coming. But I'll just go flat out anyway. Yeah, we've got to go across the 249. If I was on my own, or just a couple of us, we could go over Jade's Crossing, but we're not going to be able to do that this time. So we've got to run the gauntlet with the dual carriageway. actually a drag race. At least we've got a centre section. We can get in the centre and then do the second drag race. Well, that was easy. Easy for me anyway. Alright, so everyone's safely across. So we're hugging the North Downs to our left. If it wasn't for the big hedges, we'd have a cracking view on either side. But these Kentish hedges are massive and you can't see a bloody thing. Such a shame. It does occasionally open up. Used to be lots of orchards along here, they've all gone now. We nearly had a bit of view then. The good thing with these trees, well, it's good and bad. Bit of shade when it's hot, like it is today, but this dappled shade on the ground hides potholes and rocks and gravel, so you really have got to concentrate. Yeah, it's a very picturesque little lane, that's for sure, and some lovely houses along here, £1 million houses. So we've hit the super rural bit here. This is where Paul got a puncture that time. Oh, nearly run a squirrel over. Yeah, it's just as rough as it gets, this is. Lovely and cool and shady. The bluebells have just about finished now. They're all dying off. When they first come out, they're amazing. Can you see them there? Got to concentrate though. Concentrate on the road. Don't want to drift off into that middle bit. It's extremely gravelly. The farmers like to share their farm, so they spread it all over the road. No, I've lost the others. Let's hope we haven't had a mishap. Oh, is that all? You ain't, nobody got a puncture or fallen off? No. That's the main thing.
No, you're going a little bit too quick for my comfort, me personally.
If I was on my own, I'd be going a lot faster.
Oh, you...
Crick can't handle the pace. At least that's all it was. I didn't want to see somebody eating gravel or getting a puncture. So we finished with the Pilgrim's Way and we're heading north. That's 13 miles. 14 miles to the Shipwrights Arms. Via the Twisties. So we're not far from Faversham now. This is Eastling. Matt on the XADV 750 at the back has got a couple of Denalis on there. There's Denali spotlights and they don't half show up. It's handy having someone like that at the back of the group, because then you know you haven't lost anyone if you can see in. It's 7 miles to go. 12:23 we're going to get there, just after the snacking hour. Nice little twisted section. Oh, see the fear of God in that cyclist. He went for his brakes. Shouldn't really be riding two abreast going into a corner, should they really? I came out a bit wide, I suppose, just to avoid those potholes. So we're just heading through Faversham. Not too far to go now. We get on the marshes soon. Oh, come on. The slowest man in the world, and we have to get stuck behind him. You'd never find it, would you? Jeez, it's dark in here, isn't it? Wow. Need night vision.
Give you a rating there.
Yeah, the famous scotch egg. Look at that. Flipping heck. What do you reckon, Pete? Good? So this is out the back of the Shipwrights Arms. Oh, wind noise is going to be bad. Here they are. It's the boys. Right, let's catch them up. Yeah, nice place, that Shipwrights Arms. If you're ever up near Faversham, go and have a look. Got an old boatyard there and everything. And the Scotch eggs, as Scotch eggs go, they were pretty good and weren't bad at all. A little bit herby for my liking, but they were massive. Really filling. Expensive though. Cool. That was 14 quid for the Scotch egg, a little bit of garnish and a pint of beer. 14 bloody quid. Marty Rob's Repsol Monkey. God, that's a nice bike. That is. Paintwork's fantastic. As an ex-paint sprayer, I really appreciate that. So Pete's going to lead us back, and we're going to go to Laysdown. Sunny Laysdown. Get an ice cream. So I'll say cheerio to Crick. To Laysdown. You've seen this on my videos a few times. I quite like Laysdown, really. Here, I know this guy in the Mustang. I used to work with him. Lee Hoadley. He drives around like he owns the place. I don't think he watches my videos. We're going to see if we can get an ice cream. I've got a feeling there might be a bit of a queue. Oh, there's Boise's Bakery. I like Boise's. So this is the main strip. A bit like Las Vegas, isn't it? Might be better than Las Vegas. Is there a big queue for the ice creams? No, that's not too bad. That's the little Laysdown ice cream stop done. I couldn't really record there because the music was blaring from that fish bar place. We'll get a copyright strike on YouTube. Good ice cream though there. £3 though. It's £3 for a little one scoop. I suppose it's all the same, isn't it? Everything's expensive. Oh. Bloody cyclist. Yes, I live the closest amongst all this lot, so I'm going at the back and I'm just going to zoom off home when I get to Eastchurch. So it's probably a good time to end the video. So I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Scotch eggs aren't as good as pasties. On that note, I'll say cheerio and I'll see you on the next one.